Spiral, this is really, really good. This is like detective stuff, but kind of in a different way. Like people get murdered, and this guy basically figures out how they. It's not like Conan. It's not like, trying to figure out how they, did certain things. It's basically more of a, it turns in, I mean, it starts out kind of like that, but it eventually turns into more of a psychological game of who can outsmart who, basically in these games where people will die if you can't outthink the opponent, kind of thing. So it's kind of like that. It's really cool. I liked it for that. It says now the problem with it is, you can only watch it like once every like 5 years or something, because you have to forget all the episodes. You have to forget about it and forget how it works before you can watch it again, and because you have to forget how they solved it, otherwise it ruins it. So like I haven't seen this in a long ass time, so now would be a good time to watch it again because I don't remember a lot of it. Spriggan, this is awesome. A lot of you probably haven't seen this, but it's pretty damn cool. I forgot who the director was. Anybody I know is, but anyway, it's a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, it's just action. It's just pure action, really amazing animation. It's about they discover the Ark, like supposedly the real Ark, but instead of being just an Ark to like survive a flood, it's like an Ark that populates planets with species, basically, kind of thing. And then this genius kid, well, like it's kind of like a genius / robot kid is trying to like take control of it. It's kind of anime style, but the animation quality is extremely. You don't see a lot of stuff like this. It's pretty cool to see. If you haven't checked it out yet, you should definitely do that. Steam Boy, Katsuhiro Otomo, the guy that made Akira. It's really good. It's not amazing, obviously. I don't know. It's fun to watch. It's better steampunk than a lot of the other stuff that I've seen, without a doubt. Really, really cool steampunk. Really cool. But it's kind of it's just the same story you've seen before, where father leaves the family and goes to do these other things and ends up achieving some amazing things in his time, and then the son has to kind of follow up on what his father's footsteps and discover what he was doing, and it's a common plot, so it's just kind of, yeah. It's not bad, it's just, regular. This is absolutely super moe, and I did just buy this, and season 2 I do have ordered. I mostly bought it just because of the, I've seen the guy that does the artwork, the character design, the guy he's been drawing these girls with these little airplane legs forever, and they're awesome, and I think they're really cool, and I've been getting it for that. I got it for that because I thought it'd be, they do really cool things with that, and they kind of do, but not to what I thought. In the end, it ended up just being a big panty fest. Like, none of the girls wear pants, none of them. They just don't wear pants. It's like, why the hell does nobody wear pants? I mean, I know they wear these leg things, but that's still good. That still doesn't mean that they should just wear panties. It's just, that's something that's stupid. Some of that moe shit that I'm complaining about these days. What the heck is this? Okay, I haven't watched this yet. I ordered it, but I haven't watched it yet. I'm working on Haruhi Season 2 right now. That's why you don't see the DVD thing here. I have it, it's just not here. Haruhi Season 1, Haruhi Season 2 would normally be here, but it's missing. This is You're Under Arrest. Anyway, this is all of You're Under Arrest everything, even Full Throttle and everything, which is awesome. The Full Throttle, no, not Full Throttle, where is it? Is this Season 3? No, those are OVAs. Yeah, I think it's Full Throttle. Yeah, Full Throttle, this is, I think this is the one that has that awesome opening sequence. Just really, really cool. One of my favorite openings ever is from this season. The You're Under Arrest season is classic. It's cult. It's very popular. It was mostly a 90s thing. I didn't really get into it in the 90s. I didn't get to see it until recently when I bought them. And I definitely understand. If I'd seen it in the 90s, I'd probably enjoy it more. But I've seen stuff since that are cooler. It really is that, like, you know, you watch stuff, and when you saw it back then, it was, you know, better. You know, you really appreciated it more back then because you didn't have much to choose from. And this, you know, Yunderes is extremely entertaining. It's very, very good. I wasn't struggling through this like I was with where is it? Strike Witches. I was struggling through this. This was very difficult to watch, but you know, these are very fun to watch. They're very good. Yunderes is an excellent, excellent series. But it's not the most amazing thing I've ever seen. So yeah. Tekken Concrete. This is an awesome movie. Very weird visual styles and stuff like that. Very, very awesome. Yeah, I forgot which studio it is. Oh yeah, this is 4 degrees Celsius. So it's the same people that did Spriggan and a lot of other stuff. Actually, they did the little animation thing in Kill Bill, 4 degrees Celsius. Tekken Concrete's kind of weird. It's about definitely a different city-ish kind of scape. Sorry for tilting the camera like that. Different city-ish kind of scape, and you know, the kids that live in it, and you know how their culture is, and all this kind of stuff, and how bigger cultures affect it. This is the original Tenchi Muyo OVA, and you probably won't see this because this is not a lot of people have this. This is rare. Actually, this came with a gold-plated card that was like number 104 of however many they made, which is like, I think like 1,000 or something. It's not a very high number, but yeah, the original Tenchi Muyo. I actually owned all of this on VHS. This is from that earlier era before, like, I bought Tenchi Muyo. When I bought Tenchi Muyo on VHS, I bought them all individual. So I bought, I mean, like, each episode, each tape came with one OVA episode, and each tape cost $30. And there's like 7 episodes or something like that. And, you know, that's a lot of money back then. I mean, this is like 1994, 1995, somewhere around there. But yeah, Tenchi Muyo is, oh god, Tenchi Muyo is fucking awesome. Mihoshi specials and Pretty Sasami, little alternate side story things. Those are always fun. I had those on VHS. I had all this stuff on VHS. Not this. This came out later. Tenchi Muyo ryo-ohki. This is the. This is kind of like the following up OVA. They made this to finish up the OVA story because they just ended the OVA story on this. They just kind of ended it, and this they finished it up. They finished up that story on this one, which is good. I'm glad they did it. It's funny, you go watch this and it looks so old school, then you go watch this thing and the animation is so amazing. So that's pretty cool. This is the Tenchi TV episode, Tenchi TV series. This was awesome, this TV series. Very, very well done. Very interesting, very sad moments, very emotional moments. The ending is amazing. It's just, they just did a really good job. At the beginning of the series, it seems very bland and, you know, basic, you know, just the regular Tenchi Muyo stuff, just more of the same, and, you know, they just do different things with the characters, but wow, by the end of it, it's just amazing. The music they put into this is amazing. Just, wow. Tenchi in Tokyo, yeah, it was not that good. More serious, but yeah, not that good. Yeah. I'm not going to go too much into that. If you like Tenchi Muyo, you've probably already seen Tenchi in Tokyo. I think they call it Shin Tenchi in Japan. But it's pretty awesome. The opening of this is probably, I think this is probably my 3rd favorite anime opening of all time would be this. Let's see, Tenchi the movie. This was called, what the hell was this called? Yeah, Tenchi Muyo in Love. That was the Japanese title of it. Tenchi Muyo in Love. This was big when this came out. I know that the guy that did all the music for Babylon 5 did all the music for this. The music kind of doesn't fit well with it. I don't think the music was kind of weird, but you know, the movie wasn't all that bad. It was pretty cool. Man, I had this on VHS. This VHS, the VHS of this was the very first anime I ever bought ever. I still have it. It's in a box, but this was the very first anime I ever bought, like actually ever owned, was the VHS version of this movie. And I didn't buy the DVD till much later because my roommate had a copy and I was just watching that version. Tenchi Muyo Manatsu no Ibu. This is the Daughter of Darkness movie 2, second movie that came out. Kind of like this weird guy that wanted revenge on Tenchi's family lineage of Jirai, and he makes his daughter to trick Tenchi. And if Tenchi had gotten serious with it, then technically he would have been banging his daughter. But I guess it wasn't really his daughter because, you know, I can't, god damn it, like giving away shit and I shouldn't. But I mean, that movie's so old, like everybody should have seen it by now. Anyway, Tenchi Muyo Forever. This was this is weird to watch because this is just a really, really very serious, like they took all of Tenchi Muyo and just made it really, really dead serious, because basically what they do is some woman entraps Tenchi in like she like whisks him away into another dimension or something, and she traps him there and she turns him into her own little, like, you know, kind of like a slave, but he doesn't know it because, you know, he feels like he's in a dream or an alternate life, you know, kind of like when Patrick Stewart did that thing with the satellite in one of that Next Generation episode, where he has to like basically live an entire lifetime, you know, to experience that culture kind of thing. That's kind of what this is like. It's very, very, very real. And the characters and how they portray themselves, they don't portray themselves as zany, and because most of Tenchi Muyo is all comedy, they're very serious in this, so it's kind of weird. But I like to watch it. Tenchi Muyo GXP, back to the good old Tenchi, you know, Tenchi Muyo's, I think this is his nephew or his cousin or something like that, and he gets to go on the adventure now. And all these girls just fall, because, you know, one of the things with Tenchi Muyo was, you know, it's a harem kind of thing. It's the same thing in Tenchi Muyo GXP. It's just a little bit crazier. But he actually joins Galaxy Police. Angel Sanctuary, this is great. Brother and sister incest action. If any of you have seen it, I'm sure most of you have heard of it. I'm not going to really get into that. It's really good. But yeah, if incest scares you, don't watch it. Escaflowne, fucking epic, cult, for all time. I don't know many people that have not seen this. This is just amazing, and the music is absolutely epic. Escaflowne will always be. It's like, I actually have these come in the Escaflowne box. There's like a double box thing that they were selling back when they first released this, and I have that. I don't keep it here because I don't have enough shelf space, but. The DVDs all came in one, and they came with one of this Escaflowne, giant Escaflowne model in the other box kind of thing. But yeah, it's a 2-box. I still have them. They're basically the same, like, clamshell, well, not clamshell, but the same thing as the Cowboy Bebop thing I was showing you, or this little pop top thing that flips up. It's the same thing. Escaflowne movie, this is the huge major, why the hell did you buy a package, this big version of the movie. I love Escaflowne, and I didn't really care. The movie's really, really good. Honestly, it comes with all this crap that I don't even care about. You know, I just bought it to support Escaflowne. It's awesome. Tetsuo Natomu, this is the 1980s Tetsuo Natomu. All of it. I got it for really cheap, too. I forget how much, but it's pretty awesome. I wanted the 1970s Tetsuo Natomu, or 60s. I think it's 60s Tetsuo Natomu. But I decided not to. Totoro is pretty much everybody's favorite Miyazaki movie ever made. So not owning it is... You get in big trouble for not owning it. I love Totoro. Totoro's awesome. Not my favorite Miyazaki film, but I definitely love watching it. It's an amazing movie. I think everybody's seen it. I mean, it's like, you know, it's like, gee, have you seen The Little Mermaid? It's kind of the same thing. It's like everybody's seen it. Maybe not everybody, but a shit ton of people have seen it. Two Heart. Yeah. I don't know why I bought this. I have this weird thing about series that have been used for video game hentai and stuff. And, like, that's why I'll never get into Fate Stay Night. Yeah, that's it. I'll never get into that because I know that in the original game version of that, they're banging each other, you know? And Two Heart's kind of the same thing because I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this was one of those key games, like Air and all those that, and Canon that they ended up making, perverted, or not perverted, but, hentai dating kind of things of it, so, yeah. Anyway, it wasn't bad, it was pretty good, but you can see there's a lot of sexual tension in it, and you can see where, it'd probably be better off as a hentai. I don't think they ever made it into a hentai, though. Only in the game. Girl Leapt Through Time. This is pretty cool. This is one of those just standalone theatrical movies that they made. Very, very cool. She finds this little device that lets her go back in time and try to fix some things, and messing with time ends up being more dangerous than she thought. And yeah, this is the very first anime DVD I ever purchased. I bought this when DVDs were first coming out. I don't even know who released this. Oh, this is a US manga thing. So this is Tokyo Babylon. This is Clamp. This is the same universe as X 1999. That's Subaru right there. He's also an X 1999. These are literally like, I know that Clamp tries to make all their stuff in the same universe, but these Tokyo Babylon and 1999 X 1999 were literally side by side. But yeah, this is weird. I've never seen. I don't have any other DVD thing that I've ever bought that looks like this. It has this weird little thing here, and it's like a weird little cutout casing and stuff like that. It's the only one I ever saw like that. But I bought this in 1998, I think. 1988 or 1999. Yeah, 1999. That's when they released this in America. Yeah, I remember when this was like in the very first. This is the very first anime I ever saw in the DVD section, and I bought it as soon as I saw it because I like Clamp. Daputa. Everyone's seen this. Another Miyazaki film. Awesome, epic. Really cool stuff. Let's see. Transformers. What's funny is, before they decided to make the Transformers picture, Kid Rhino ended up buying the rights to this. But before this release, and this released not too long ago, this released in what? 2000. Oh, wow. Okay, so this was released in 2000. But the original movie was released on VHS in 1987. So the only way I could ever watch this was from, a recording I had of a VHS tape from a video store from 1997. Because those were the only ones that were ever released with those VHS tapes. And they never released anything since then. Until this. And, in 2000, when Kid Rhino bought the rights to it and re-released it, and they kind of they didn't remaster it. This is the remaster. This was okay, we're going to make a real Transformers movie. Here's the real remaster. And then they remastered it, and they updated everything. And I think someone else, Hasbro bought the rights to it, and Sony and Hasbro bought the rights to it, and all this kind of stuff. Well, Hasbro already had the rights, but Sony bought the picture from Kid Rhino. So this was the only way to see the original back then for a while. I mean, that was amazing when that came out, and then this thing came out. This is an awesome movie, and honestly, a lot of the iconic scene or lines and stuff that they put in the Transformers movie are all from this. But this is very 80s, and I remember when this came out when I was a kid. They did not make a lot of movies like that at all because they weren't. A lot of grown-ups had problems in the movie with this movie particularly. Trigun, awesome. If you haven't seen it, you should. Trigun is fucking epic. I keep a poster in my room with Vash the Stampede. basically this is more like Kenshin. He's the Kenshin with guns. So Kenshin is not like progression where, you know, it starts out where, you know, he has talent and, you know, he builds that talent up and becomes strong and powerful, more powerful as time goes on. This is one of those things where he's already God, just like Kenshin. He's already God. It doesn't matter what you're going to do. You're going to lose no matter what, you know, but let's make a story about God. And that's what this is. And that's what Trigun is. That's what Kenshin is. It's awesome. And I love anime. I love series. These are some of my favorite series are ones where the main character is already there. He's already all that. He can't be defeated. He's, you know, he fucks around with people just because he can, you know. So it's pretty damn awesome. And then the Trigun Badlands movie. I thought this would be more epic than it was, but it is basically a little side story that they mixed into the middle of this. So it's pretty good. I mean, I felt like I was brought right back to the TV series days, and it was just made like last year or a couple of years ago. So it's awesome. I was waiting for that movie to come out. I watched it with a friend the other day. Trinity Blood. This was pretty cool. There's some vampire stuff that I really like, but Trinity Blood wasn't really that cool. I don't know. I'm not a huge vampire. Like, I like Vampire Princess Mew, but I didn't really like this. I don't really like Vampire Hunter D. That kind of stuff. That's why I don't own Vampire Hunter D. I just never got into that kind of stuff. They kind of make this big epic arc with all this vampire stuff, and I feel like they're trying to nibble on the heels of Hellsing, and they can't, you know, because Hellsing is just awesome, because that's not just vampires. I mean, that guy fucking Alucard, he's more of a god than a fucking vampire. So yeah. Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles, another Clamp anime. Really good. It's just cool seeing all the Clamp universe kind of merge together and stuff like that. Really good visuals and stuff, and I'm a big Cardcaptor Sakura fan. So because honestly, the story for it and all that, and maybe how they spread everything out was a bit too spread out and not that interesting to watch. I didn't think the manga was that interesting either. But, you know, it's cool to just see all the Clamp characters in the same universe. So, you know, that's why it's fun to watch. Stelvia. Awesome show. Really, I mean, they were playing with some, I mean, like, they were, it reminds me a lot of Vandred, but I can tell that they were playing, you know, just trying some new things out, because I haven't seen anything much like Stelvia since Stelvia. You know, it's very moe, I guess. Well, not really, because basically it's when it's little girls in a very adult situation, a very serious situation, and they treat it seriously. That's okay. I don't really consider that moe. It's I consider that, you know, just, you know, what they should be doing, you know. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And then you got Moon Phase, which is awesome. This is really cool. Very weird vampire stuff. This is things what they do good with vampires. It's awesome. This is Luna, by the way. Mew. Mew. Turn this way. We don't want to see your butt. Why are you laying on my laser disc? Mew. Mew. You'll probably see more of her in the future, depending on how much you guys hate these videos. I'm only expecting maybe like, you know, 50 views max over like 3 years, and that'll be it. Okay, yeah. So anyway, where was I? I was at Stelvia. Okay, Moon Phase, really cool vampire comedy, really funny stuff. It's like she's this little moe vampire girl, but she thinks she's like entitled, so it's fucking hilarious. She tries to treat everybody like dirt, but she's not very good at it.